Every day. Oh, sorry. I did that too early. Then moved too early. Try that again. Okay. Every day. We're making 5-minute movies every day. And it's a part of the metaverse where we reference the video from before. It's a continuing story. It's a continuing saga, if you will. Chapter 7. Chapter 7. We talked about chapter 11, bankruptcy. Okay, here's what I didn't do. Here's what I didn't do in my life. I didn't get a student loan. I'm not even sure if I ever borrowed something from a student. Oh, I must have. But yeah, I never thought. I always had this thought in my head that would be a bad idea, even before I realized what a horrible idea it is. People take out $100,000 student loan, then they paid back 90,000 and still owe 40,000. So it's not good. It's bad. It's bad to do that. I need to be here. I need to be here so I can be. Am I here? Am I in frame? Am I here? Am I in frame? Am I all these people? All the heads? I recommend. I recommend college. I'd recommend college if you're watching this and you're 17, high school or what have you, or if you have kids. If you have kids that are in high school, you're gonna probably tell them stuff. But I recommend college. Some. I love the fact that when you go to a job application, online, you can check off. God, I was gonna say a check off play, but I couldn't think of any. A doll's house. You can check off a doll's house, or early Star Trek reference. You can check off some college, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, some college. I went to some college. In fact, some college would be a great name for a college, right? You can go to somecollege.com. I do think going to college to take. I'm happy that I took. There's a couple classes I'm very happy that I took. There's a couple class. There's a class at the Cape Cod Community College. Cape Cod Community College in West Barnstable, Massachusetts. West Barnstable is a village. It's in the town of Barnstable. A village within the town, right? And then the town of Barnstable is within the county of Barnstable. And the county of Barnstable is Cape Cod. Cape Cod Community College, I think it was opened in 1972. Nobody lives there. It's a bunch of buildings, and then there's a circular drive around, and then the parking all circular of it, right? Had to get there, and I didn't have a car. I had to get there, which is I hitchhiked. I hitchhiked with long hair successfully to there. But I remember when I was 18, when I first went, first semester I went after I graduated from high school, and I had a teacher, a history teacher, and he had been the dean of history. I'm sure there's subsets of this. I would have to look this up. And I'll never remember the guy's name. But he was the dean of some historical history department, American history, let's say. He was the dean of that at Columbia University. So he was a very prestigious man. He had a very strong resume. He had done that for 20 years. He retired. He moved to Cape Cod because, Cape Cod's fancy. People like to live there. The Kennedys, right? To drop a name. Which I could do, by the way. I can drop a lot of names. It's a thing I do. But first. Um, this man moves to Cape Cod, and then he decides he'd like to teach again a little bit. So he just goes down to the community colleges and goes, I don't know if you guys are hiring, but I was the dean of history at Columbia for 20 years. And they're like, okay. And I just luckily, happenstancey, totally no plan, pre-thingy, thoughty thoughts, get this guy as my, professor of some sort of history. And he was so good, of course. Really like, history. If you're a good history teacher, professor, it's unlimited what you can do, the stories you can tell. And he told the story, being a person who like lived on Cape Cod, I think probably for a lot of his life, probably summered in Cape Cod for many, many years of his life. But he is the person that knew Kurt Vonnegut, right? So he was name dropping. But they went to Biafra, right? Which is in Africa somewhere. I know nothing. I know very little about Biafra, but I know that at one point they had some sort of crazy struggle they were killing people, etc. I'm probably almost at 5 minutes again. He said they were teaching children at the university there, but then the Civil War became so heated that they had to leave, and they had to like all of a sudden they realized they had to go, so they're running to the airport, they get on a small plane to fly out of the airport, and he said there were people chasing the airplane, not because they wanted to get on the airplane with us, but they were beseeching us to not leave, and they wanted us to like give them more books. They were, I'm paraphrasing this, and this is a memory from literally 40 years ago, but he was making the point that once people understand how valuable education is, they will beg you for it. Whereas in America, and this is 1981, he was telling the story, and it's truer today. Whereas in America, people don't want you to educate them. They beg you to not. You think, I would like to tell you some things. Here's some things I learned. Would you like to hear them? No. People don't want to hear it, and if you start telling people things, they think you're being condescending. Okay. Well, we're done this one. That was fun. How much time was that? Oh, that was 7 minutes. I just said I'll do a 5-minute video every day. I didn't say it wouldn't go over. Okay, Saul. Also, Cindy. I don't think I did any of the things we were asking for. I have a couple shout outs to people who are my fans here on my YouTube channel. Anyway, wow. So that was 7 minutes, and I just boom. There'll be more tomorrow. Oh, by the way, do we enjoy my shave and a haircut? Because I totally did that too today. Yeah. All right. Well, we're over. We're gonna leave. They should be under 8 minutes. They should be between 5 and 8 minutes. That's a good rule, right? Okay.